Hey ladies and gents, Professor Wagner here. I'm going to demonstrate how to do inked prints for comparison purposes. Remember, inked prints are used to compare to latent prints when you're trying to identify a suspect at a crime scene, or with other inked prints to make sure you have the right person in incarceration or things like that. Now, most of the time nowadays, police agencies have scanners to do this. Much more efficient, much more accurate, much less likely to smudge your prints. But some police agencies don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do it the old-fashioned way, so to speak. So you notice on the fingerprint card itself, you have spaces for your right thumb, right index finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, and right little finger. We're also going to have spaces for the left a little bit further down, and then I'm going to show you. We're going to do one hand, and then we're going to show you how to do the lower portion of the sheet. There's no really point in doing both hands. But this is how you do it. You always want to make sure you roll your finger through the ink, like so. You don't want to get too much ink on your print because it's more likely to smudge. And just like you rolled onto the ink, you want to roll your finger across the card as well, nice and easy. And the reason for this is because you don't know what part of the finger the person is actually going to touch the surface with, so you want as much of the entire print as possible because you might want to be able to compare part of the print over here instead of just the center of the print itself. So that's how we do the right thumb. So of course we're doing the right index finger next. Once again, nice easy roll like so. We're going to do the right middle, so we can see. And we're going to continue to do just like that for all 5 fingers. Now, you'll do the same thing for the left hand, and then once the left hand is done, as you can see we're moving our bracket up, we're going to do the bottom portion of the sheet, which you're actually attempting to get as much of all 4 fingers as possible, as well as the 2 thumbs. So with the thumbs, essentially all you have to do is press directly down into the ink, and then once again directly down onto the card, like so. And then for your fingers, you want to get it at kind of an angle to try to get below the first knuckle. And you're going to try to get below the first knuckle onto the fingerprint card as well. So once again, not rolling this time, just pressing directly down and then lifting up. And you do the same thing with our left hand, like so, trying to get as much of all 4 fingers as possible, just in case your suspect didn't touch exactly on the fingers. And you can see we have some lighter spots, some darker spots. With a traditional fingerprinting method, we wouldn't be using an ink pad, we'd be using rolled ink on a metal surface. But this is what we have to work with today, so you can kind of see at least the examples of the technique. All right, gang, next up we're going to be looking at some fingerprints from a famous criminal and trying to determine what fingerprint patterns are on those on that fingerprint card. So stay tuned.